Boom. We are live, folks. We are live again, and it is a Wednesday night. We're looking forward to another night of wrestling. Now, this night is going to have a bit of a different feel to it, but welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here again. We are the Wrestling for Life Network, and we have AEW Dynamite to get into. It's been announced, as you can see. A lot of people have been talking about it. It's already in the chat, folks. We have Mark Briscoe in action tonight. We're going to honor the life and birthday of Jay Briscoe. May he rest in peace. Here we go, folks. Do not go anywhere. This is going to be a crazy one. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. And yes, we got Jericho in the ring. We weren't sure. A lot of people thought we might start the night. The crowd is lit. The crowd is lit.
What I said
right
was,
out of the gate.
I
told you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life proudly brings to you its YouTube Tag Team Champions of the World. The Every Night Delight, Mr. KJ White. I'm Big Nick. How the hell are you beautiful people doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing good. How you doing now? There, you good? You good?
All good. We got Action Andrade coming out to the ring. I told you, this one's going to be a tough one tonight. It's going to be a grind, folks. And, I mean, we're starting off with Jericho. And, again, I mean, considering it's a heel faction, the crowd's very much into what's happening here.
Well, I think we're going to get a fired up crowd no matter what, because, well, shout out, Mike. We'll get to you in a second. But like we're talking about, we finally got Mark Briscoe. We're getting a tribute to the Briscoe brothers on AEW. Thanks, Warner Media. But at the same time, I'm surprised that they didn't start off the show with that. But then again, how do you follow that up? I think you kind of send the people home happy, but at the same time, I guess you're hooking people in of when's it going to happen? So I got to watch the whole show.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I do feel like you had the good point. Like if you had that moment right now, how the hell, like the rest of the night is just sit down and take a breath, right? Like my assumption was going to be that they were going to cap off the night with it, build kind of towards it all night long. We'll get to that moment and dude, we're going to go off the air and that will be the visual. And I think it's going to be insane as far as heartfelt, heart-wrenching, heart-touching. Like, it's all the above, man. Like, it's going to be an insane...
I got paper towels instead of tissues. I went ultra deluxe, and I got paper towels and everything. It's going to be emotional. But that's why I thought that we were going to end up, like, starting the show off with that versus now we're starting it off with Action Andretti and Ricky Starks versus Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. So I know we're taking long with the intro and everything and just jabbering on, but if you haven't given us a prediction on this match, be sure to give it in the chat. I can't pick Jericho on this shit.
Man, you can't. No, I'm agreeing.
You can agree with me.
I'm going Starks and Andrade.
The night to be, celebrate and be happy and everything like that. So
absolutely. I mean, and again, like you said, the energy in the arena is going to be crazy tonight. So I'm looking forward to it, folks. And just in case we haven't said it, thank you for being here. Welcome to the stream. As always, we are your alternative commentary to all the wrestling. We are going to rock through Dynamite tonight, which, again, it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster, but we're looking forward to the action. We got Cage and Bryan coming up. We got Andrade. I love calling him Andrade. I can't.
That's fine. It's because Andrade isn't on AEW anymore.
Right, so. That they replaced him. We don't need you. Sorry. We have an Andrade.
Right. We got another A name.
Right.
He replaced him. He's a little bit higher on Tony's Rolodex, so now he doesn't call Andrade anymore. He just calls Action Andretti.
Right. Let's go Action.
We've got Darby Allin versus Buddy Matthews for the TNT title. We've got Jungle Hook versus Ethan Page and Matt Hardy. We've got the Acclaimed and the Guns go to Family Therapy is going to be something that's on.
I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. And I mean, it's something that could take some, good energy out of a very over team right now. I really hope it's not shit.
Fair enough. I can see the concern. And then we've got Toni Storm versus Ruby Soho, which was supposed to be a triple threat, but Britt Baker's injured. So now we've got a singles match instead of a triple threat.
There you go. And then, of course, the main event, Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal tonight. And it's so funny, Nick, where woke up in the morning, there was a report going around that, WB still says no to Mark. You're like,
Right.
oh, man, that's real shitty. I mean, that's guilty by association. That's heartless and unfair. And a few hours later, here it comes. We're getting the match. Almost thought it was one of those, like, fantasy pages putting it out. Like, oh, that's cute. And then, no, it's legit.
Ooh. Yeah, I initially didn't really believe it. And I know we'll touch on this probably more when we get to a commercial break and everything. But yeah, it was so interesting because we had, I think it was the Rumble podcast that we had that day and everything. We were ready to come on here and just fucking tear into them about it. And then
yeah.
Wait, well, no, sorry, shit. Scratch that. Turns out Warner pulled their heads out of their ass. Unfortunately, it only took Jay's passing for that to happen.
Well, I mean, beyond that, because his passing didn't even help it. I think it was the enormous amount of backlash. I mean, we saw the outward pouring of love and concern when when all this went down, and I'm sure it was an equal reaction of hate and anger and disappointment. For not, and yeah, a huge move by Sammy.
Well, I was gonna say, when you try and do the Ricochet spot, except don't do it as well. Action Andretti lands on his feet, barely lands on his feet after the Hurricane Rana from Sammy. Tries to do the Ricochet, look over the shoulder, dramatically pose and everything, and then eats a Spanish fly. And now we've got Starks and Jericho squaring up in the ring. And
yeah,
since
I really want Starks to get away from. Really want Starks to get away from fucking Jericho. I really do.
Everyone talks about the trials of having to go through a gauntlet to get to MJF. Of you have to go through a gauntlet of you have to have a best of 7 series. It seems like with Chris Jericho.
Yeah, it's he treats his rivalries like a hockey season, right? Like you're in there for a solid time, and
the man said he was going to retire when he was going to when he felt like he was phoning it in. Can this man hear? Is this man deaf?
Are you kidding me, brother? Yeah.
What?
Exactly. No, man. I saw that going around today of like, when I think I'm mailing it in, I'll retire. You haven't been mailing it in?
He doesn't, but that's the key part is he doesn't think so. He won't ever think so. He's got that Ric Flair-itis.
Ooh.
Starks going for the Michael Jackson style old school and just eats a springboard cutter from Sammy Guevara.
What's up, William?
2. Yes, we haven't said this yet. What up, Vic? What up,
Roll call.
Right. What up, Dale? What up, Bobby? Wario, Steve. I like C Money. You're very much on my page here. There with as Vinnie Jones would say, it's going to be emotional. If anyone remembers the old Insurrection paper,
right?
But yes, Michael. Hey y'all. Oh, quit.
Oh, sorry. What'd you click?
Hey y'all. I'm hoping not to muck up the joint. You won't, my guy. Trust me, can't be mucked up. My first watch along with you, homies. Shout out, appreciate it.
Welcome. Thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for being here tonight. Hey, look who's in the chat.
Hey, Cliff, my guy. What up?
No, that's excellent. Thank you. And yeah, you can't really muck it up here. We're all family. We all love wrestling, for better or for worse. And like I said, we are your alternative commentary. We're here all week long. And if you haven't got a prediction in yet, let us know who's going to win.
The wrestling friends you can't get in real life and everything. Absolutely. We're Channel 4 fans, by fans, all that. Speaking of, I'm one of them. And Cliff, who you're going to be hopefully seeing, on your channels and everything pretty soon here, folks.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler. Picking Starks and Andrade. I'm doing it. I don't care.
I think everybody should be after we've got, Sammy and Jericho hitting the boy band pose there in the center of the ring.
This sucks. It's bad.
It just takes up too much time. That's really what it is, and it's on too much of people. Yeah, like I understand Chris Jericho's up there and everything, but there's also kind of TV time of how much you've been on my TV screen, of how much I see you and all of that.
A
And
ton.
Sammy may be in his early 20s, but as far as TV time, he's in his fucking late 40s, early 50s. This man's on screen so much. It's like, how can I get excited for you when I know I'm going to see you probably in another 5 minutes?
Mm-hmm. And it's just mentally, the whole situation's confusing, right?
Right.
But yeah, you get like the heels come out to a sing along in which the crowd's losing their mind and they do the strip away and they pop for it. Okay, I'm confused. Then they start wrestling like heels. Then they have a pose moment where the fans cheer again. Andrade on fire.
Well,
and ready.
Speaking of how we're saying about how this drags down Starks a bit and everything after he was just feuding with MJF. Now you've got Action Andretti, who just got his biggest win. What got him, I guess, signed to AEW and everything was his win over Chris Jericho. And now your congratulations for that is you get to take a fireball from Chris Jericho, and then you're just in a never-ending feud with him.
Yeah.
As much as I put you over, I got to get my heat back, kid.
Yeah, that's the other part of it is, I put so-and-so over and I helped. No, you ended up taking heat away. Like, let's be real.
Right.
Nice move by Action.
Absolutely. Tornado DDT into the ring on Sammy. I do like Action and everything, and I worry, and some people, I guess, and they do the cross body splash spot in the center of the ring. Shout out again, a Ricochet spot, and with Carmelo Hayes. They're just pretty much just trying to make this kid their Ricochet.
Yep. And I think part of my problem here, Nick, is like if you look at everybody in the ring, if you took Jericho out and put in another young talent, it's perfect. You got 4 young guys,
If this was Sammy and Garcia, this would be better than having it involve Chris.
Mm-hmm. Eats a spear.
Roll up from Jericho for a 2 count.
My fear with Action Jobber is that they're going to give him the Dante Martin treatment. Roll up with the tights. 2 count, 2 count, 2 count.
No, because he doesn't have a brother to tag team with. Unless they're going to put him and Starks as a tag team forever. Mm-hmm. Larry says, Andretti is better than I first thought.
No, he's good.
I agree with that.
He's good. I got no hate for Action. I just, again, it's another person that just jumps on the scene, and we're seeing him every week. Garcia was like that. We signed Garcia, and him and Coke and Diet Coke never leave our television. But it never goes anywhere.
That's really, I guess, the thing is it's always stagnant. There's no real true progression.
But this is a good match. I will give it credit. I'm into it.
It
won me over. Jericho's the worst part of this match. That's it.
Nick Wayne is not getting paid by AEW. What do you think about that, KJ and Nick? Still in AEW? Well, I believe he's mainly a GCW talent.
I thought he was an indie guy.
Talent. I didn't. Did I forget? Did I sleep on the Nick Wayne is all elite? Twitter.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, Damien, but I do believe that he, definitely with GCW more, doing the indie circuit, but I don't think he's signed to AEW, and that's why. Tony doesn't have to pay every indie wrestler.
Well,
he's tried.
Is he not paying him for his appearance? Which that would be ridiculous. Poison Rana from Action getting the Sammy.
Oh wow.
Oh,
that was
swinging neck breaker for a 2 count. Jericho is like stepping on gum with fresh Jordans. They'll never be the same again.
Again.
Oh.
Hey, money, surprising.
That was a hell of a move from Starks there on Jericho on the outside. It was like a flat body slam.
Yeah, he's got him. We'll get back to that, Justin. We'll talk about that in a bit. Not while this match going on, but yeah, there is a lot of questions going on with the House of Black. And as a fan of House of Black, what? You got it. You got it.
Oh, Garcia with the world's shittiest bat swing ever. Just, yeah. He grazed him with the bat.
All
2,
right.
3 count. And
Okay.
so Sammy Guevara gets the win on Action Andretti after Garcia with the faint bat shot.
So here's the thing. Oh, do you guys remember when I put that action kid over? Wasn't I great? Wasn't I a hero? And then I set him on fire, and then I beat him up, and then I beat him, and then I
I
beat him, and
won,
then I
and then
beat
I
him in a
won.
partner.
Right, and then I won. And then hey,
Get
guess what?
out
I
of here.
won. And I even sat there and hit a pose during the middle of the match when I won.
Whew. The delusions of grandeur are just fucking unreal.
Right. Nick Wayne has a future contract with AEW when he turns 18 and activates. So what is he on he's on their practice squad or something?
He's on the junior.
Yeah, he's in the B League.
So close.
Yet so far.
Tonight. I don't know. Remember I said I wasn't sure how I feel about this match. I hope those guys surprise me. Brian and Bryan.
Bryan action. Well, there's also the rumor going around that Brian Cage's contract with AEW's up pretty soon.
Really?
So he may be. I don't think he'll be out the door because where's he going to go? But it'll be interesting to see because obviously it was that whole issue before of how he wasn't being used that much.
Yeah.
What have you? Now you're getting a Ring of Honor spotlight, but where do we go? Is Brian Cage going to be able to tribute right now for Jay? Sorry.
Yeah, we're getting a thing right now, folks. Just to let you know, I'm going to slide this off just because it feels like
fair enough. But it doesn't feel right.
A tribute to the life and times of Jay Briscoe here now.
And it's not just for Jay Briscoe, the professional wrestler. This is for Jamin Pugh, the human being, the man, the father. He was a fantastic pro wrestler, an amazing father, a special human being, just overall. Just to see even like the video there with him with his daughter, running through her whole cheerleading routine, everything. I lost my steam. Go ahead.
No, like you said it really well, Nick. I mean, and we're seeing a lot of highlights here. And yes, the guy is a great wrestler. What he did with ROH and with his brother, legendary. He literally goes out on top as one of the best, and some would argue the best tag team in the entire world. He goes out as a champ. And again, it's tragic. And we've talked about it all week long where, I mean, this guy, same age as me. It's his birthday today. He's got a little girl. I got a little girl. You relate. This is beyond just being a wrestler. The overwhelming love that came out. And again, I mean, you see it in varying degrees from person to person. But this guy, like finding someone that had a bad story about him other than, an exec in a company that wants to put on the wrestling.
I don't even want to talk about that.
It's just crazy, but an outstanding man. And I mean, talk about volunteering, giving back his time. And again, I don't know how everyone's going to hold it together for Mark and Jay Lethal tonight. It is insane.
Yeah. Trust me, just getting through that goddamn video package and everything right there and just listening to you and all that it's going to be tough because like, even to see Mark here and everything like that, like that's the thing is they were so focused on their family. Like they all lived together on the farm. It wasn't they were as real gets. This wasn't, they're just really working a gimmick or anything like that. No. That man was 100% through and through. Like I said, an amazing, talented pro wrestler, a inspiring man as a father and a family man and a husband, and just an overall, like I said, special human being.
No, absolutely. And I mean, our thoughts and prayers with his two little girls that are still recovering, and they have their battles to go through. But to the, I mean, like you said, they were authentic. They were them. They still did their, they had their chicken farm hustle. That wasn't a gimmick. That was truly
Right.
happening. They that's what
I
they
feel
did.
like I need to be like Mark right now in the background, snacking on something while you're talking.
Right? They just, again, and it was just every time you saw them on screen, their promos, and you said Mark just walking around snacking or sipping on something or, pulling a wrench out of, the trunk. Like it was just those little touches and nuances where you connect. And again, it's just tragic, man. It's heartbreaking. And, I mean, it's been really, I love seeing the community come together, the donations, the love, the outpouring, the support. Man, it's amazing. But it's sad. We got to remember times like these when we want to bicker over, what company's better. Just watch them both and shut up.
Right. Yeah. At times it's sad that this is when pro wrestling fans gather the most and everything. I'll just run through these real quick of Scott. I'm crying. Trust me, my homie. I can't speak for you, but I was holding back them pretty fierce there.
Man, we talked about before coming on. I'm like, dude, you see, I fumbled through my intro, dude. Like, come on now.
I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah. Who's cutting onions around here?
Right.
Reach for the sky, boy. Absolutely. Yes, grown men do cry. Absolutely. Don't be afraid to show your emotions, folks. Sucks we never got the Briscoes in the AEW over a comment he made years ago and apologized multiple times for it.
It's true. It's very unfortunate.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's very unfortunate. And again, we without diving way down the rabbit hole we have when this all first broke, I mean, again, it's about compassion, it's about forgiveness, it's about understanding. And if people want to make things better, you have to be open. You have to listen to each other. You got to put context on things. You got to come to a common ground. But if you can't find forgiveness, especially in tragic times, I mean, you're just as bad as the people that you're trying to take out of this planet. So, I mean, shame on you, but it's in the past now, man. It's unfortunate. He deserved better. We as fans deserved better. But that's the problem with cancel culture and the bullshit of not being able to just come out and say shit that you want to say, and people just have to deal with it.
Well, it's just sad to me more that corporate greed, that advertising and marketing, I guess, or what have you, got in the way of paying tribute to a man. And that you can clearly see that it wasn't any sort of actual moral high ground with them. Of the second that, they got the backlash back, they're like, oh, well, we'll do it now. Fine. It should have never even been a topic of discussion. It should have been, this man passed away. We should pay tribute to this man. End of fucking discussion.
Well, and again, they're not doing it out of the kindness of their heart or compassion. They're doing it out of pressures. They're doing it out of shit. Okay, we've had enough of the headache. Oh, yes, we will take a few more million to do so. Whatever it is, they're not doing it because their hearts changed. No, they're not the fucking Grinch. But they do like that green, period.
Absolutely. And I guess we'll mention that it is a bit of an awkward transition to go from that video package to now we've got the House of Black. We had picture-in-picture. Now we've got Darby Allin coming out. So we've got Darby Allin versus Buddy Murphy for the TNT title up next.
Yeah, but did you see they give us the replay of like a casket match of like
that? Right, I didn't even fucking think about that. It's
interesting. Like, and I don't want to, like, I mean, I really want to stay on the high side of things right now, and it doesn't even matter. And I just, but it was an interesting transition. Nobody gives a shit at the end of the day, but yeah, a little awkward going into the House of Black and the darkness, and yeah, maybe there could have been a little bit of a cleansing.
When Shawn Michaels' cross-eyed ass manages to decide what's in bad taste, and Tony Khan, who fought real hard for this, can't.
Yeah.
That's saying something.
And listen, shout out. We talked about this last night, Nick, for all the times that we kind of, we bag on the booking or bag on some of the decisions or bag on some of the EVPs. Man, we knew the guy was going to go all out for Jay Briscoe. When it didn't happen, we were surprised. And kudos. My hat's off to Toni TK for pulling this off. A lot
Yeah,
of
I will say you did manage to
kudos.
at least accomplish it. But
Mm-hmm.
right now we've got Darby and Buddy Murphy kicking off, and Buddy's got the same kind of face painting style that Darby does of playing the mind games.
Right. And this has a potential of being a banger.
I love this comment, by the way, because it's a 100% fact, and I can relate to it. With the Briscoes, much like us, shameless plug. All you had to do was watch the Briscoes once.
True.
Absolutely.
Yeah, once you watched and you were like, what? And again, even in ring, like they were so aggressive but athletic, and they'd punch you in the face, but then they'd hit an amazing tandem move. Like, dude, you can't take away what they've meant to the wrestling business and what they accomplished.
Not at all. 13-time tag team champions. As Darby with Hurricane Rana on Buddy into the guardrail after Buddy was doing the, kind of hanging powerbomb, slam him into the gate spot.
Yeah. How do you feel about like the AEW like fake LED paneling they got going?
I told you. I said from the second that they've redone the whole production and everything, it feels like WWE main event to me. And that's the thing is it's never been an issue with the production. It's been an issue more of with the booking, with the storytelling, and now Darby's selling the knee because he was on the ring apron that Buddy Murphy did the parlor trick of, pull, the
apron.
Ring apron down without Darby moving.
Right. So, yeah, we're rolling through it, guys. If you haven't made your prediction yet between Darby and Buddy Murphy, who do you got? Darby is injured. He got injured fighting the Great Muta last weekend. Interesting. Had not read that.
Interesting. Two count. Well, he does have one of his legs kind of taped up. But again, shout out to Simone, Bobby, John, Larry, Jay West, as we're in. Oh, I thought we were about to be in picture-in-picture again.
It's like we are in a what?
Listen, vitamins, folks. That's what I'll
listen, man. I told you. Tonight was going to be an up and down battle. I like it.
Right.
We're here for 12 rounds, folks. Darby Allin undefeated in the casket matches. True story.
We had to go there. Fair enough. But Darby again selling the quad. He's got the Vince McMahon quad injury.
Right.
If they're going to ape, I guess main events, I can't wait until they bring back Shotgun Saturday night.
They call it Battle of the Bells.
Lights out or camera out. Lights out.
Lights out? Maybe they went to
lights out.
Oh,
lights out on AEW.
Dun dun dun.
Lights are back up, and now the House of Black's there. God damn. It takes Undertaker less time to get to the fucking ring than these two. With a kendo stick to the back of Brody King and getting his ass whooped by Malachi. So here we go.
My theory of Ortiz joining, not the case. And now we got a bit of a melee, folks.
Don't put Eddie Kingston in the House of Black, or I swear to God, Tony.
It's happening.
That's the only... Has he corrupted his mind of that's why he did the heel turning? He hit him with the steel chair.
Nobody loves him, but these are my family now.
Oh, he's Stan joining the Goth Kids on South Park is what it is. God damn it.
Now we got picture-in-picture.
Right.
But that being said, we are in picture-in-picture. Buddy Murphy. But look, they come out to fight off. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But
unnecessary. You didn't
just have the fucking match. Yeah. But anyway, I digress. Folks, this is a Wednesday night. As you know, we are rolling through Dynamite tonight. Already off to a good start. And we got a good match ahead. If you haven't made a prediction, we do take predictions on all the matches, folks. So do not forget, Darby or Murphy, who are you taking? Beyond that, folks, do not forget, tomorrow we're back with our Royal Rumble prediction show. Apparently, we're going to do a bonus little challenge show that me and Nick decided to throw down. What?
Yeah, got the host on host throwdown. What? So KJ actually challenged me to this. We're gonna see
Right?
if we can predict literally spot for spot, entrant for entrant of who's more accurate
It's
of
gonna be a
predicting the
shit show.
2023 Royal Rumble, both
But
matches.
if I get 3, I'm gonna be pumped.
Get one.
Right? Like, it's gonna be all over the place. I'm gonna pick people that won't even won't show up.
Watch, we're gonna go like someone's gonna go like 20 for 30 and everything, and then someone's gonna just be like, wait, you work for WWE. That's how you do it.
I'm just gonna copy that leaked list. See how close it was.
Spoiler alert. Point ahead, look smart.
Right? Just copy the play. Nick and
Great minds
KJ have
think
the
alike.
same answers. But yes, folks. So tomorrow we got some pre-Rumble fun. We're gonna go through our predictions. We're gonna go through what we think's gonna happen. We're gonna surmise on some fantasy booking. It will be a fun night, and it could be more than just me and Nick on screen tomorrow. But beyond that, like I said, we're gonna give you a bonus little Rumble.
It might be more than you and I on screen tonight.
That's a true story. That all being said, Friday doubleheader, Saturday, we are here at 7 p.m. Eastern time for your alternative commentary to the Royal Rumble, highly anticipated Royal Rumble, a record-breaking Royal Rumble, and a Rumble with a lot of question marks, including what the fuck is a pitch black match, folks. But like, subscribe, share. We still don't know. Tell all your friends. If you're on a chat, if you're somewhere and people are talking about wrestling, let them know about us. We are growing by the minute, not even 11 months old yet, and we're still clicking. So thank you, folks, for being here. And that's my long-winded spiel.
And even if you tune in on Saturday night, you have your chance to win yourself some, free swag and everything like that as well. Absolutely. So you're going to want to make sure, because we're going to we've come up with a whole idea to where even you guys can predict who you think's, you can pick your number, like the superstars do to enter the Royal Rumble. You can pick who you think's going to come out in that slot. And if your person comes out and wins, absolutely, you get some free swag.
There you go. So yeah, tune in on Saturday, folks. Win yourself some nice stuff.
Why?
And watch some wrestling and chat with your buddies.
And Poison Rana from Darby Allin onto Buddy Murphy. And that would be a bit more effective if I hadn't already seen that same move just again as a big spot in the last match. But anyways, especially since they came back from I ain't got no crystal ball. I had $1 million, but I spent it all.
That's like Tony Khan's theme song.
That's how he got Mark Briscoe on Warner. You get 1,000. You get 1,000. You get 1,000.
Right. And listen, I'm thrilled, man. Like, and I believe rumor is that it's more than just Mark in attendance. So yeah, man, I'm really, really, like I said, you put the wrestling aside. I'm. It sounds weird to say I'm proud of TK. I don't even know the fucking guy. But you know what I mean.
I know. I get it. It's one of those of you. That's one thing as much as we've seen. What was it? Tony Schiavone said something about it. Conrad Thompson said something about it as well, about how at the end of the day, Tony's a real dude. He's going to do right by the entire Briscoe family. He's going to, the Pugh family. He did right by all of Brody Lee's family. So he's got the anti-Vince McMahon in him on that aspect. I think just unfortunately the rest of them's all anti-Vince McMahon as well, of, the shoddy booking. He can't tell a fucking story. But the fact that he did right by them, kudos. As much negative shit as I say, kudos on that one.
There you go. But yeah, Buddy's good, man. Buddy's highly underrated. And this is a guy whose career had gone into the toilet. And he went home for a minute and figured his life out and came back as Buddy Murphy, and he hasn't looked back.
Right. I dig Buddy Murphy more than I did Buddy Matthews.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Smile Mark, reach for the sky. Absolutely.
Love it.
2 count for Buddy. I bet the pitch black match is just a purple lip match with Mountain Dew branding everywhere.
100%.
I can see it with Bray.
No
had the red.
Sorry,
we had
Nick.
the red light with the Fiend, so
Right? That's what we're gonna do. The purple version of that.
right. The Fiend's code red. Uncle
Shit.
Howdy's pitch black.
There you
So
go.
does that make Bray like Mountain Dew? Like here, we got to
Just
get all the
straight up
colors of
do.
the Mountain Dew brands here.
Straight up do.
Yeah, just straight up do. That straight do.
So then, what's Alexa?
She's that watermelon shit that they came out with.
I was like, where is this gonna go? Okay, I'll give you that.
I got you.
Well played, sir.
Right. I'm not your. See, you can speak to this. You do this, Captain Canada.
Can't you put me on the?
I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your
friend, buddy. I'm not your friend, gang. Oh, I fucked it up. Destroyer by Darby, by the way. Buddy Matthews has him up.
Yeah, right now looks like we're setting up for a superplex. And I agree with Small Mark here of saying that it's going to be a cinematic match. That's what I feel.
Mm-hmm. I'd be so mad. You go to the Royal Rumble to see Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight, and you got to sit there and watch a screen in person. Motherfucker.
They just bullshit. Do this the whole time.
This is bullshit.
My neck's sore. I can't cheer for the next match. My neck's sore.
Oh.
That,
like, Excalibur called it a Scorpion death drop, but it was a Scorpion botch drop.
Yeah.
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 It didn't go so well at all.
Didn't even mean to do that. Yeah.
Now you can't get away with saying yeah. You can't do it anymore.
No, it's like what?
Yeah.
You ruin certain words on this channel.
Right.
Coffin drop from Darby onto Buddy for a 3 count.
Oh. I don't. All right, so he retains. Not a bad match. So 2.5 star.
Okay, Meltzer.
No, I know that was funny as shit because you know how I feel about him.
And now here comes Toni Schiavone for like a post-match interview. Yes, because that's what I always want to hear is when the guys just blown the fuck up and everything of heavy breathing into the mic. That's what I really want. This isn't the UFC. I don't need, you're not Joe Rogan. Stop.
Well, we got to know because now I feel like someone's going to come out and talk to him. But now, like, so the House of Black looks futile, right? Like, they get run off and then Buddy loses. Like, we haven't saw anything productive or quality from House of Black.
Remember when we thought that they were going to be the ones going after the Elite after they won the trios titles and everything like that? And then now them and Eddie Kingston have just their 2 black holes in Tony's booking fucking notepad has just formed together and just created a giant black hole to where they're both linked together, but neither one's really doing shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Samoan Joseph. On my
screen right Joseph is back. Darby.
And being charged with crimes of theft. I'm the one true king of television. See, I like that. I feel like that halfway started here of calling him the tribal chief of television.
Right? And I like it. It is such a perfect play.
It was a hell of a match the first time, so I'm fine with it happening again.
Joe is
the
just...
king will not be usurped by a man like you.
Mm-hmm. Like, legitimately, dude, young and up-and-coming, aspiring wrestlers. You ever want to know how to cut a promo? Watch Joe work. The guy's smooth as butter. Where's Butters, by the way? It's been a minute.
Why? Now I feel like you're talking about Butters, or I'm like South Park. I'm like, Lou, I've got some apples. Lou. But no, Samoa Joe, absolutely. It's one of those, it seems charismatic while terrifying at the same time. I know I keep using this phrase, but it's provocative, and no one knows.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative. Going. Right? Oh, wow, there we go.
No, you're fine. As we're getting Adam Cole return video now.
I like the pace of this show tonight. I like how clean it is. There's not a lot of like aftermath, not a lot of like extended segments. Even Jericho's was a decent match, in and out. Not like, a big long promo before or after. The movement of this match has been really good. And
Oh,
also,
absolutely. I will say that the production has got, I guess, in this aspect of it's not as breakneck either. Of everything gets its little bit of time to breathe, what have you, but
yeah.
not overstay its welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's really, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, it's more on the storytelling and the booking. Once those two collide, then
Yeah.
we've got something really good here.
No, I agree, Nick. And I mean, I appreciate what's happening here. Like, this is, what are we, 40 minutes in? This has been a solid opening to this show. Adam Cole looking at Revolution for his return. I can't imagine that green bandana being a coincidence, sir.
You want to explain the connection? Or is it going over my
Ah!
head? But so I've got
That's funny as shit.
you want to explain to the people what's funny? Because right now I've got Matt Hardy and Ethan Page coming out right now.
Yeah, so Ethan Page and Hardy come out to Bibbins. Sorry, sidetrack. Bibbins is here. But yeah, Matt Hardy comes out to the Hardy Boys music, and
Yeah.
Page shuts it down real quick.
Play my music. That's where you cheer. I dig Ethan Page as a heel. He could do with a solid push. And even before we got Starks versus MJF, I even said of maybe they go Ethan Page versus MJF and you get the Firm versus MJF.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care for Matt Hardy being roped into this.
But what else was he gonna do?
Maybe Jeff comes back and saves him.
Matt should just be an agent backstage. But
He
did
should
Hook
be.
get some new tattoos? Because I don't remember him having that one on his stomach.
There you go. Would he get Thug Life? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
You don't even know. So we're getting Jungle Hook coming out right now.
Well, folks, if you're just tuning in, we got Jungle Hook coming up in the next match. And if you haven't liked, subscribed, and joined yet, do not miss out. We do this all the goddamn time for all the shows, for all your wrestling, including indies. We cover it all through thick and thin. We are here. But yes, we will take a prediction on every single match. Get your predictions in. Let us know who you're thinking. Let us know what you're feeling. And I mean, this has the potential of another good match, and the crowd's live.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, of as much as initially when I think it was what you were a little bit of just talking to earlier, of as much as Hunter's coming over and taking creative control in WWE tip the scales. Now with Vince back on the board and we're trying to sell and everything, and Tony's now working on production and all of that, I feel like the scales are starting to get a little bit closer than they were beforehand.
Right. No, I mean, yeah, it's hard to argue. And they went through a lull, and we were very critical of that lull. But we're watching it pick back up now, Nick, where, again, I mean, 3-4 weeks in a row, the show's been pretty decent. And tonight's been extremely well.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be a hell of a match, but we've already got Jungle Hook, Jungle Hook. Well, Justin's saying broken Matt Hardy needs to return. Do you think we get delete? Maybe this stuff is what leads to broken Matt Hardy, guys.
I will be 100% honest with you. I just finished saying I'm not sure if I like Matt Hardy being a part of this. Again, it's like we were saying earlier. You get 3 young talents and then 1 wandering old guy, and you're like, what is happening? Where's the 4th young guy? However, I think Ethan Page, the way he is a heel, would play off broken Matt Hardy really well. If like Matt has a breakdown and goes broken, to start, Ethan Page is a good counter because he plays it so straight and serious.
Well, and he can do that very much, it comes off straight, but he gets like that. He's playing along with the shit and everything. Like he can walk that fine line a bit.
Right? Like you could see him throwing a temper tantrum and getting frustrated with Matt being broken.
Oh, absolutely. Oh. But as we are in picture right now, I'm going to take a brief pause for the cause, but I am taking Jungle Hook for this match. And you don't got to disagree with me.
No, it's an agreeable night.
We can just be friends tonight and just
It's an agreeable night, sir. It's all about the love, so we don't have to argue and fight over everything. But like Nick said, folks, he is going for a sponsored pause for the cause, and he will be right back. We are rolling through pitcher and pitcher. I'm going to jump into it. I'm trying to make it very quick as we get out of this commercial, but we are here all week long. Tomorrow is our Rumble preview show. We're going to do a bonus show for fun because I challenged Nick to a little game, and if you guys want to get in on it, go to that stream tomorrow, and you can drop what order, what names, what 60 wrestlers, and how we're going to see them. It's going to be a long list, but figure it out. Other than that, folks, doubleheader Friday, SmackDown Rampage, and then back in on Saturday for the Rumble. Tune in to win. We're going to play, again, have a little fun with the crowd, give everyone out there a chance to win some Wrasslin for Life swag and other things. So do not miss out. And this match is rolling along. If you haven't got your prediction in yet, get it in. Who are you taking on what has been a very good first 45 minutes of AEW tonight? And we got Jungle Hook taking on Matt Hardy, Ethan Page. We'll figure it out. What time would that be tomorrow Eastern time? We go live at 8, Larry. Almost every night we go live at 8. Some nights 7. All depends. But yeah, 8 p.m. most nights. And then on Saturday, we will be live at 7 p.m. Eastern time. 29, Bastion Booger. There you go. Good shout. The biggest man in the smallest trunks ever. Jungle Hook for the win. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Welcome back. Clay, how you doing? I'm watching the NFL Sunday. Philadelphia Eagles will win the conference championship. Go Birds. We'll find out. We are also doing a Super Bowl show coming up on the 12th of February. We will go live. Myself, Big Nick, who knows who else. And we're going to have another fun night. Maybe we'll have some games for that and give away some more swag. But that is going to be a good time. We are looking forward to, the wrestling guys doing a Super Bowl party. Don't miss out, whether the Birds are there or not. I know Nick wanted the Bills there, but he didn't get his wish on that one. Right, Nick? You can hear me. Thank you. Go Birds. Man, they're not going to win. Sorry, folks. Jungle Hook for the win. As I got Ethan Page tagging Matt Hardy in. KJ, do you think that having a Jarrett and Sanjay interference spot and FTR running them down during the Mark Briscoe, that's, you know what? I'm of two minds with that one. Let's go Buffalo. I'm never of that mind. Nick, I think I just don't like the Bills because, I don't like the Sabres either. It's a tough plight. Every time my Leafs go to Buffalo, they take an L. It's rough. All right, Hook's on fire. Page down. Hardy down. And we got Page. No. Reversal. Back elbow. All right, they're rolling, folks. Back to your question real quick. I like that. I'm of two minds. One, let it be clean. Let Jay and Mark have their moment. Now, do you guys remember when Jay took on Gresham at Final Battle and everybody kind of came around the ring or banging on the ring? Something like that might also be a thing. The idea that, and kind of having the FTR tied in, that's not bad. That to me wouldn't bother me so much. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm stuck between. I like that, but I do like it just being straight up, no bullshit, no, just let them go. Hook. Here comes Hook. There we go. I think you have a clean one-on-one match. Let Briscoe, smile mark. That's, All right, some dissension between Hardy and Ethan still. There you go. We got another contract dispute in AEW. It's the funniest shit. Matt Hardy went from owning his own company full of people that hung out in stairwells to literally being owned by Adam Page. My, how things change quick. Serpentico. There you go. And Jungle Boy gets the tap out here tonight. Tap out or pass out. Ethan Page opted for tap. Jungle Hook win. Jungle Hook win. How are you doing, Victor? Dale also calling it. I hate that FTW title. It's so useless. You know what? In the beginning, I didn't mind it because it was just trying to add a little bit of, a little bit of decoration to this new company. Something kind of nostalgic. They knew some people would recognize it. It's associated with Taz. But yeah, basically, it's being in the hands of Hook. You could just stay Hooks forever, and you know that's it. I mean, it's more of a paperweight than anything else, but it's shiny, and they like the belts in AEW. You know, Toni can't get enough of a good belt. Pause? Maybe? I don't know. Matt Hardy just has Baron Corbin gimmicks. Right? Or is it the other way around? So, if we have Jungle Boy and Hook one on one at some point, I think you can take my money on that one. They call them the Bills because that's not nice, not loud. Sorry, that's inappropriate for the chat. Yeah, we are on to the family therapy, which I'm really concerned about in a very skeptical way. You have your very over babyface champions now in family therapy with the ass boys and daddy. Pause and pause and pause. So y'all heard what Bowens just said. If you guys are not watching, Bowens let them know how he really feels about them. What's up? What's up? What's up? Jungle Boy is boring now, and he can't cut a promo. He definitely can't cut a promo. I don't disagree with that. And I don't know if boring's the right word. Stale. I mean, you have the two quietest young superstars in all of wrestling teaming up. Like, who's going to speak for them? Maybe nobody has to. I don't know. But they're young. He's athletic. He can go, but it's been a long time. And anybody know what happened to Christian and Luchasaurus? What happened to Lucha Kane? Where'd he go? Sorry, folks. I'm trying to keep track of this nonsense. And where did they get this doctor or therapist? Cincinnati versus San Francisco in the Super Bowl. I'm calling it. I kind of agree with you, Victor. I don't want to, but not bad, not bad. Uh, welcome, artists. Welcome back. That's how you make an entrance. Hook doesn't need a promo. Jack Perry, take note. There you go. I mean, Hook is perfect. He's playing it extremely well. Jungle Boy's fine. Like, I mean, as a quiet, subtle babyface kind of works. But with all that being said, folks, up next, Brian Cage, Bryan Danielson. So you can start lighting up the chat as we go into another commercial break. Who are you taking? What Bryan is going to win tonight? Remember, Brian Cage does come in as 1/3 of the trio's champions in a Ring of Honor. I think this match could be very mediocre or outstanding. Yeah, Victor. How come mine never works out that way? Who do you think who do you think faces Adam Cole first? I don't know if he can go back towards Adam Page already. I don't know if it's too soon for that. I don't know if you want him to go somewhere completely different. If they're going to run the babyface avenue, How soon do you want him to go in the direction of the champion? Truthfully, who could we stick him in with? I mean, man, it's so interesting right now. You don't want to see him with Bryan. Bryan's busy. He comes back at Revolution. I want to keep him away from the Bucks. I want to keep him away from Kenny. I think he should do his own thing. I don't think he should be tied back into the elite. Um, who's out there right now that's kind of doing all right? Keep him away from Jericho. Shit, we're running out of people. We might be back to Adam Page real quick. But even someone like Ethan Page, give him a go. But he'll probably fight somebody like that, someone from the Nightmare Factory, or maybe they'll bring Colt Cabana back for another match. I don't know. But generally, Tony likes to kind of give a returning wrestler a couple softies first. So we'll see. But I'd like Cole to be involved in a main event way and have kind of that swag that he used to have back. Scott, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 8 days until Jericho cruise for me. Are you legit? I want pictures. Scott, that's awesome, man. I hope you have a fun time. Yeah, I mean, I know people make jokes, but whether you like Jericho or not, that should be a good time. Going to a private island this time. Adam Page versus Miro. Let's go. You know what? And that Adam Cole versus Miro works extremely well as well. All is well. But yeah, not bad. Miro, I don't know what we're gonna do with Miro. Is Miro done with the AEW? Speaking of
not done.
I always try and use
I
the
think we
of.
get
That
Miro done with AEW. I think we get Moxley versus Adam Cole. That's to me not a bad shout. I think
Moxley would be good.
Shout out Scott for the super chat. I guess apologies to Bobby. I think I misinterpreted your comment and sent you on timeout there for a hot second.
Did you put Bobby on timeout?
Well, the man said, delete this channel with some middle finger emojis, and I thought he was talking about us for a second. Then I realized, wait, no, delete Matt Hardy, and then so I was like, wait, hold on. Vitamins, folks. I apologize.
Bobby, we owe you
yeah, that's on me. That's on me. You either don't be mad at KJ, be mad at me. Where was
Rusev, number 20.
Ooh, interessante.
As far as I know, he's under contract. I mean, he's been there what? 2 years? 2.5 years?
Believe so, roundabout.
Right? Like he was one of the first ones to go over relatively early.
One of the first big surprises to go
over. But so if he's on a 3-year contract, he might be close. Maybe he's just trying to ride it out. Right, Lana? Hey. Woo! Anyway.
I've got Yuta confronting Hangman right now backstage.
But why?
This is where we got to have something for Yuta to do. It's rinse repeat with a lot of these guys.
Yuta do this. But, I mean, it's just random, though. Like, Paige right now is fixated on Moxley. He should not be having this random bickering match with Yuta. And it's something that's a constant. Like, you can give him a match that allows him to get in the ring, but you don't have to build that animosity. You just give him somebody that he's relatively going to beat semi-easy.
Right. Well, I guess we're going to see Yuta versus Hangman on Rampage. And I've got Danielson coming out right now.
Yeah, a weird side jump. We just went through this with MJF's like, I want the belt. I'm going to go fight Yuta first. When did he become the gatekeeper to the fucking championship?
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, sometimes Tony just seems to kind of force people, into certain positions.
Right. Cole versus Black. At this point, I would put up with Black versus anything. Anybody. Like, just put them in the ring. They
just redo their match from NXT. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, like, fuck. I don't care. Put Black against Murphy. I don't care if you break up the House of Black. Just give us, as long as they get matches out of it. They all fight each other once a week. They're never in the ring. I want to watch them wrestle.
Facts. Very true. Well, you saw how long it took them even just to get to the ring tonight with the whole blackout segment and everything. That was unnecessary.
Yeah, and all that. Yeah, to just fight off.
Right.
and then your guy loses. Like, you guys suck. You didn't even leave Julia behind to help. Like, what are you doing? It sucks.
Love it.
Yeah, but we got weekly times for Jericho. Got weekly times for Jarrett. Like, fucking hell.
Absolutely. No, I was just trying to find a comment there because I saw our friend Oogity Boogity was in the chat there and everything, but I couldn't find the comment. So I guess shout out to her and everything. But back to Cole versus Claudio. That would be interesting.
That'd be cool. My concern with booking Cole coming off injury against Moxley is he could go right back into injury very quick.
I see.
And I'm not necessarily saying Moxley is dangerous.
Unsafe?
He's rough and tumble at minimum. You decide how far that spectrum goes.
Fair enough. But we've got right now the American Dragon versus the Wolverine, as C Money points out here, which I do think that's a good name. I do. Wolverine.
I do. But I do, Cage gives me such Ryback vibes, bro. He just anyone else get a Ryback vibe from Brian Cage?
If Ryback had a mohawk,
right?
They should just form a stable, them and like let's see who else, and just call them like Roy D. Magoo's or something. Like the big beefy boys. Pause.
Right. Meat Sticks Incorporated.
Protein.
I think that's a pause too.
Pause. Yeah, that's a double pause.
Son of a bitch.
But, so I assume we're both unanimous here with Danielson as well, because this is part of the
yeah.
Danielson.
Mm-hmm. And people are like, "Oh man, we hate these Bryan matches. We know how they're going to work out. We're supposed to. We're supposed to have a little bit of." Like, don't be so smart. Enjoy the show. The good guy's going to win. We know this, but enjoy how they get there. Now, I want to see what Brian Cage can do against somebody like Bryan Danielson. Like,
exactly. I was just about to get there. We've seen Danielson in there with big, huge guys like Brock. Like, I think he's been in there with Bobby Lashley. I know he's been in there with even Ryback, I believe. Mm-hmm. Your favorite wrestler. So to see him in there with huge guys like that, and be able to still put on great matches, especially his match with Brock, which, I mean, that's credit to Brock as well. So this is going to be really telling of if Danielson can't work with a guy like you, with a guy like Brian Cage, then there's a problem.
Mm-hmm. This made me laugh. Ryback and Cage, LOD, don't do that.
Feel the rush.
Right?
And then we'll get fucking Hayter right too.
Yeah, no, that was even worse. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? Right? Gobbledygooker up there.
Zangief says, yeah. Zangief. He does look a little bit like, Hadouken.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Damien's got a hot take.
I see Brian Cage in NXT very, very soon because his contract expires with AEW. Wow. He would look like a grown man wrestling children, I feel, if he showed up in NXT.
Yeah,
that would be. You put him against Braun, and it's like, the fuck? Like,
yeah, and you know
what?
Look
at him now. Back to me now. Look at him now. Back to me.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Victor's got a valid point. Like, Victor, I've seen every minute of Lucha Underground, and I know what Cage did there. Him as an imposing, like when he first came in, I liked him as like that really imposing heel, and I didn't mind him as much with Lucha Underground because I thought he just played a really good, bad guy. He was a dick. And
he was a good fucking 2x4 for the guys like Prince Puma and all of that to just bounce off of.
Exactly. I felt like a lot over like the indie run, sometimes in AEW, it's just, this is a good match. It's not just, when this big giant bully is beating the shit out of you and then does a backflip mid-beating, it's kind of ridiculous, Like, it was getting my shit in, not just be a dominant, and that's my issue with him. And then his girl got whiny about his ring time, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, Rebby Hardy entered the chat there, it seemed like.
Wow, we just insulted like a group of people all in one swing.
Fair enough. Larry been saying, see, I'll repeat myself about Cage. He looks like the first boss from Street Fighter. Absolutely. So David just got to hit him with, the Hadouken and the Shoryuken.
The Hadouken.
Hadouken.
I'm so worried that one day someone's going to watch one of these streams and be like, man, they got none of the sayings properly. They're just...
No, I think I'm good. I think I'm right.
You usually do.
Fair enough. Yeah, fuck you. I just got that.
Ninja attack. Poof.
Right. So you got me right now, folks, as we are in picture with Danielson on the outside as Brian Cage is just stomping on Danielson's shoulder. If you missed Lucha Underground, go watch MLW Underground. JV, I know KJ's especially been talking about we might add, MLW to the repertoire and everything here, especially since it's going to Reels. Unfortunately, I might have to try and find a way to grab that, so it might be Tuesdays, might be a double stream there, but I am a fan of MLW. I just wish they were more accessible, but Alex Hammerstone's fantastic. Obviously, I can't wait to see Jacob Fatu in WWE, if that's even a name that has been thrown out there of that they may be signing. Maybe we might see on Saturday, just saying. Even names like Jay White and Hikaleo and Tamatonga. So it's amazing to see how much movement we might see throughout pro wrestling. Brian Cage is everything Ryback dreamed he could have been, only better. Fair enough, Jack. I think KJ would firmly agree with you on that one. What a memento. But he did lose to Tessa Blanchard. That's the ultimate burial of a career and kind of sums it up. Yeah, but where's Tessa Blanchard right now, though? So, I mean, did he really take that big of an L of how many people remember that match? How many people are really look positive right now on Tessa Blanchard? It'd be one thing if, that match was still prominently talked about. I mean, fair enough. I will give you that a little bit, but Nick, what's your thoughts on the rumors of WWE re-signing Nia Jax? I haven't seen those rumors, Victor, but I don't see it. I think Lena Fanene, I think her name is, or Nia Jax. I'll just stick to that. Last I saw, even when she was initially released, she wasn't interested in going back to anything really pro wrestling. You just saw her hanging out with Mojo Rawley all the time. So WWE could be interested, much like how Tony Khan's interested in a merger with WWE, what have you. But I don't really, I don't see where WWE would benefit with that, honestly. Did he lose to Tessa Blanchard? I thought he lost to Callahan. Yes, no, it was Callahan who lost to Tessa Blanchard. Thank you, Mash. Thank you for correcting me. My impact knowledge, chronological knowledge is not always the firmest there. Pause, I guess, on that. MLW has Mance 1 or 2. I don't know. Is Mance fully signed to MLW? Last I knew, he still kind of floated between, kind of the independent scene. If anything, he was a bit more GCW. But if he did sign there, that's even more of a reason to tune in there. As we're back from picture in picture, as Danielson's right now just chopping Brian Cage down with leg kicks. Allow me to retort. Where is he now? Still mid. Fair enough, artist. I will give you that. You might have been wrong on calling out him losing to Tessa, unless I'm misremembering. But like I said before, vitamins will help me do that. But he is still very much mid. I will give you that. And I like how instantly after we mentioned Nia Jax, we get 2 comments. My hole. Still one of the greatest just hot mic moments in professional wrestling, I feel. Is Hammerstone still MLW champ? I believe so right now. I know Jacob Fatu's House of Glory champ. I don't think he's MLW champ, so I think it's Hammerstone right now. That's really honestly the top 2 guys that you think of when it comes to MLW. Is Cage with a suplex on Bryan, almost a superplex in from outside the ring into the ring. I mean, the man calls himself the man calls himself the Swolverine for a very valid reason there. I mean, to pull off something like that, yeah, middle rope suplex from inside to outside, and now a middle rope German suplex. Same way, inside to outside, or outside to inside. Nick today, Ryback is saying, I just ate. What? Fair enough, I guess. Bobby, go, Brian, go. Fair enough. Shout out, Bobby. I hope you took my apology. Fair enough. Victor, they could do that. What did I miss here? I feel like I'm going as I've got both men up top right now. I don't know, Nick, it may happen. They could re-sign Nia and put her in the bloodline. She's family. Fair enough. That would be interesting. I didn't really take that into too much consideration. I think Naomi's more likely to have that happen, of to where she gets re-signed, she returns, she comes back, what have you. And she, ends up being in the bloodline, especially, because she's married to Jimmy. So I could see that happening more than we re-sign my whole. As I Danielson with a superplex onto Brian Cage right now. I like JVS even for those who aren't super familiar with Street Fighter or anything like that, or who are still actively playing and everything like that. It's down and lower right to right plus high punch for Hadouken. I love that. Yes, Street Fighter references on a wrestling stream. I dig it. I'm a nerd. God damn, C Money. A man after my own heart here is Danielson with the yes kicks for a 2 count right now on Brian Cage. Adrenaline in my hole. Something, Adam Cole. Yes, absolutely. A song for the generation. Absolutely right there, C Money. Shout out. I dig it. Bloodline need a female if Judgment Day try to go for the belts. Interesting. So you could see we get Finn versus Roman again. Where do they fit that in of? I feel like we've got to take into account of we don't have a ton of time left, really, I feel, between Rumble and Mania. So if we're going to fit in discus elbow and Cage going for the discus lariat and it eats a high kick, but just Hulkamania's through it.
Hello.
Oh. Bashi roll up for a 3 count. Bryan Danielson picks up the win on Brian Cage.
On a roll up.
Just lay into him.
Are you surprised it was just a roll up? I guess you can't beat him down.
Yeah. That you're putting Brian Cage over, and I figure when you're up for a contract renewal, might as well put you over a little bit or get you a little bit of some heat on you, because now he's turning around and stomping Danielson after the match. So again, he's got to get and keep that heat on him.
Well, and he was paid to do a job.
Oh, absolutely.
Hadouken, Sonic Boom.
Yeah, remember too, they had the backstage segments where MJF was trying to pay him that extra hush money to, make sure he can't compete in the next match.
Why is it automatically hush money, bro?
Because Vince McMahon, as MJF's coming out right now.
Good answer. It's too funny.
Oh, and he just takes the belt of like, you ain't stopping this. I like this of now MJF's going to just tear into, shows down the timekeeper, but just going to tear into Danielson right now.
As he should.
This is the most he's actually looked like a badass heel instead of I'm going for just low-hanging fruit of cheap heat, I feel, in quite a hot minute.
It's so surprising to hear you, of all people, that go the cheap heat route, because to me, it's not. It's what I expect. It's the Bobby Heenan. It's the Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman walked into Philadelphia on Monday and said, ECW's dead. And he knew exactly what he was doing. I don't think it's low-hanging fruit. I think it's you're punching a nerve.
Well, it might be better if it was more of who he was doing it with, of who the dance partner was. I feel like might make it feel differently. As Danielson just had his arm folded up in a Kimura position, put in the steel chair, and then just thrown in the turnbuckle. As MJF's now just twisting on Danielson's arm, and just, I think he's going to try. He's trying to bust him open the hard way. I feel like right now because he's just laying into him,
laying it in hard, bro.
Pause. Oh, Prince, nah, what's my name? Oh, nah, what's my name? Yes, C-Money on the back-to-back bangers there.
C-Money on fire tonight.
Right. Oh, and now we're going to Pillmanize Bryan's shoulder. I do like this a bit of you take away the label lock, you take away the yes lock. Oh, and here comes Takeshita.
Oh, wait a minute. Takeshita versus Bryan
getting out of dodge. So let me guess on Rampage, Takeshita versus Bryan Cage.
Yep. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Prince, no. What's my name? Prince, no.
Oh, look at this. Bobby not having it. You might put him back in penalty box for saying shit like that.
Oh, great. Here comes. No, you can have that. After the last one, you can have that. I don't even want to mad at.
Take a poopy.
Take a poopy. Where's CJ when you need him? Take a poopy.
Got the shit. Can't do it.
No, you can't reach that octave.
There you go. That's what people
wait, what? Accusations. Pause. What? All of the what? Why?
Are you from Cleveland?
Right. What?
What?
Sit down. No Okada. Move.
So Bryan is injured, and I do like where people go, well, Bryan would destroy MJF. Well, now he's got a weak arm. There's an out. There's a possibility.
Exactly.
There's an Achilles heel here. It works. It's good. And again, we're past the hour mark, obviously, for Dynamite as we head into another commercial. And it's been a good show. Good pace. Looks good. Action's been good. Not a whole lot of stupidness or unnecessary shit. Other than I think the House of Black stuff was completely unnecessary.
Absolutely. I was going to say, I'm trying to think of probably, honestly, the opening match with Jericho and Guevara versus Andretti and Starks was the weakest match of the night.
Yeah.
It's been all uphill since then.
Yeah. And I mean, that match wasn't bad. It had some lulls in it, mostly because, again, we think this will get heat, but it ends up just being kind of slapsticky, and it doesn't get really that heat. Now, I just wanted to click on this, but I knew Jamin personally, so thoughts and prayers to the entire family. He's from your town, so we know the community came together. We talked
about shut down the school district.
They you took the words right out of my mouth, sir.
Absolutely. So go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, not at all, man. But yeah, no, it's just but thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. And like we said, nothing but love, thoughts, and positive vibes in these dark and tough times. But the amazing part of moments like this is seeing the resolve of people and seeing people come together. So
well, and it's celebrating the time that we got with Jay and everything like that. It's celebrating the memories and all that, celebrating the life. You don't gain anything and you just hurt yourself for focusing strictly on the loss and the pain and everything. And I know it sucks, and I'm not trying to tell anyone, everybody grieves in their own way and everything like that. But it's almost better at times to focus on the positive that you got out of that situation than to sit there and just wallow in the negative.
No, absolutely, man. And that's what we get to see on his birthday, a celebration, a huge moment. This is a big wrestling moment, a big person to person moment. Like it transcends the entertainment that we get on a weekly basis. And people can say what they want about the fandom of wrestling, but again, this comes down to human beings and the tragedy that occurred. I mean, thank God we're getting, or whoever we're getting this, some type of acknowledgement, some type of love, some type of acknowledgement of the career life and to who Jay really was. It was needed, and they did right. So I don't care how we got here. I'm happy we did.
Absolutely. And to answer Mesh's question, yes, they are currently Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. I do see some comments still about Takeshita, but I don't feel like those are fitting at this time. But I see you, just acknowledge you. Hey, Nick, you weren't here when I asked KJ, but do you think Jarrett and Sanjay interfering during the Mark versus Lethal match and FTR making the save? Don't over gimmick this. Don't touch this. Just let this be a fucking moment. Of this is like you were saying, this is a moment that's going to be remembered for professional wrestling fans.
Absolutely.
It's don't fuck with it. Don't try and use this to move an angle. Don't use this to try and do dick. Just use this as a celebration. As even the med staff right now is wearing
with
Day Tribute armband.
I feel like we don't get enough Renee Paquette.
Between the podcast and the backstage and the
no, but on the actual show
interview of really, you don't think we get enough? Have you been reminded that she's John Moxley's wife recently? Because I feel like it's just one of those. Almost feel like Renee's everywhere. And I'm not.
I don't know. I was just specifically
saying we don't get enough. That's
easy, cowboy. I had a nerve. No, I mean, all I meant was week to week we get a lot of Tony Schiavone. I would vote for more Renee than Tony.
Fair enough.
But Daniel Bryan's mad.
Well, he's cutting a hell of a promo, and it's nice to see that it's, in the medical center, or it's just basically a locker room with some fucking, tables put out there. But Danielson's he's a consummate professional pro wrestler. I know that sounds redundant, but no, he's one of those guys that he knows what the hell he's doing. You just follow his lead and he'll lead you to where you need to be.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, absolutely. And just on the side note of it's Jay's birthday as well. Yeah. And I mean, that's partly why this is, so apropos, right? You're celebrating his life and his legacy. And it is his birthday. His brother's birthday was a few days ago, Nick. I mean, I got two brothers that have birthdays in January, one on the 27th, one on the 30th. And man, it's nothing but love. You think of that. I am my brother's keeper. You never want to lose your brother. And we're going to see Mark tonight. I don't know how he's going to get through, man. His legs are going to feel like fucking Jello. So
it's going to be one of those. I know we've joked about at times and everything to where the channel has been its quietest and all of that. That may really be the time that we've been the quietest.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be very much more, I feel, just calling the action or anything like that. Because that's, like I said, that's a moment in time when it comes to being a pro wrestling fan.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
As we've now got Toni Storm and Ruby Soho kicking off or about to kick off, which was supposed to be a triple threat, but Britt's supposedly injured. So we're just getting the singles match with, I guess, now the heel Toni Storm.
Toni Storm is officially a heel. So this is an angle that I think Toni and the crew fell backwards into. They kind of failed into this one, where Saraya came back with all this fanfare, and she thought, and they thought, her reminding everybody what a badass she is, would get her over, and everyone would be like, yeah, she's amazing. And instead, the AEW fans were like, fuck you, go home.
Right. This isn't your house. This is the DMD office.
You can, the doctor will see you now, Saraya.
Right.
No, seriously.
So did we already get Toni versus Jade? No, but I feel like if we got that, you're jobbing out Toni Storm. But I think this is going to be, this has the potential to be a hell of a match. But it also,
yes. I know I clicked on that comment about going to the washroom, and I hate
it's hit or miss here.
Yeah, like I think you got to catch them quick. I think my advice to ladies is get off to a hot start. Don't take your time getting into this. Get off to a hot start, and you need to pull people's attention in real quick. Whether it's a series of transitions and a lot of a lot of movement back and forth, or just seriously hitting a few really stellar moves out the gate. Because if you don't grab them quick, they will just automatically go. But I said it the other night, Nick. We want women's wrestling kind of involved. I think when it's good, it's good. But
right, and despite the Bella Twins comments and all that with Raw Triple X, which I can't really fully speak on and all of that, but with this, we want good female professional wrestling. It's just unfortunate that they're never really booked that way. Of even example, Ruby Soho here of she came in like a house of fire initially, and you expected the world from her when she showed up in AEW, and then she got thrown by the wayside. And I'm just glad that now this seems like to see that this match is happening and it's actually moved up the card a bit, and we've got Saraya and we've got Britt Baker involved, and it feels like the slow build that we should have initially had with a lot of these girls and everything.
yeah,
Instead of just like, here you go, do something cool, right? Nah.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And I mean, some of the AEW fans would argue, well, did you see those street fights? Yeah, but
I didn't
a women's street
but
fight
those
every
are
couple.
still recent. Those are still recent.
Yeah, but doing that every once in a while doesn't make your women's division. You know what I mean? Like the women shouldn't have to go to that depth to get notoriety and get noticed. I'm not saying they can't. I'm not. I know some of the particularly old school guys really. Oh, this is terrible. I don't want to see it. Listen, fair game for everybody. I mean, we don't tell the UFC fighters not to bloody each other up, regardless of gender,
Ooh.
right? Like,
Right.
let's be real. But yeah, I mean, they
It
have
shouldn't be
talent
the
there.
end all
It's
be
the
all. It shouldn't
booking.
be every match. It shouldn't be those are the only
No.
matches that get over.
Yeah, no, exactly. You can't rely on that, semi-annual fucking bloodbath to remind people you have a women's division.
Right. And I will just take this quick time out as I've got Toni Storm whipping Ruby Soho into the barricade and everything as Tony's been back in control. Just to remind everybody, because I know we've got a lot of comments and all of that and a lot of chat and everything, and even some new faces and everything. If we did miss any of your comments or anything like that, there is also the super chat, the super sticker, all of that. We got all the options to make sure you stand out so we get to your comments and all of that. Between whether you're talking about everything obviously going on with the Briscoe family, and we're finally getting a outright tribute on national television. This is the first time the Briscoes have been acknowledged on national television outside of them being them boys, and everybody who's a wrestling fan just kind of knew who them boys were. Or if you're just giving a prediction for the match, what have you, we do, like I said, have that super chat and that super sticker available.
Yeah. No, I completely agree, Nick. And yeah, folks, don't forget, we take a prediction on every single match. Get it in the box. Let us know who you think's going to win or who you want to win. We got Ruby, we got Toni, and then if you stay all the way to the end, we will take your rating out of 10, and we want to know. We want to feel the pulse of the fans. Pause. But we want to hear what your opinion is on all these shows, whether we're doing WWE, AEW, GCW, and all the way through. We want to know how you guys feel about those shows. So don't be shy. Get in the chat. We are your alternative commentary. So join us. Oh, wait, that's someone else's thing. Join us and join the chat.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Oh, wait. That's
wait.
Too.
Oh, shit.
Artists you don't want to see his last out because of, hey, Magic Mike commercial won't be seen. Yes. I've seen that fucking trailer and it looks awful. Not saying I need to fucking critique that, but
I haven't even seen the trailer.
I'm not the target audience
Magic Mike.
No offense.
Wait, there's another one?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Shit. People fucking just go back to the well. Go back to the
well.
Where's
Kevin Nash?
Great.
Kevin Nash was in there.
Another 18 months of fucking all the ladies putting out fucking, just insane. All the, yeah, okay.
Right. Anyways, as we've lost all of our female viewership,
we just pissed off all the ladies.
Soho, Paige, and perhaps Deeb has this renegade heel faction. Fair enough. Well, do they just kind of do? Yeah, that would be interesting. Well, do they make a faction of ex WWE girls versus AEW kind of born and raised females? But then again, I feel like at this point, everybody's at least had a tree out or a
look in
dark
some
match
form.
or anything like that on WWE.
Yeah,
So.
right. No, Ruby's battling back, but yeah, it's, again,
Mike lost his magic. Right? Is it true that the match between Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal is pre-recorded? I have not heard that, and I highly, highly doubt and highly hope that is not true.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that being the case.
Slap into a kick combination.
Take him. Go. Take Johnny Ace.
Not even what I'm.
Yeah, you can have that. Take Johnny Ace with you.
Well, shit, yeah, I mean, just start filming, Total Bellas and air that on fucking TBS or TNT or something.
Right.
There you go.
Fill in that roads to the spot. Roads to the top spot.
Yeah, there you go. Have Bree and Nikki just be the new fucking Brandy Rhodes.
Right. Yeah, you know what? The Bellas were upset. I could care less. I mean, we missed out on a cage match. That was dumber than sitting the
Everybody's been so up in arms about that. And it's one of those of I get it, but at the same time, I feel like that's building to hopefully a better match. At least that's what I have to look forward to.
They owe us something. Maybe they're like, you know what? Your friends keep getting involved. Like I joked the other day. They had rumored that there was going to be a Hell in a Cell match at Rumble. Maybe it's Bayley and Becky, and it's not who originally
Edge versus Demon. That'd be hard pressed to do now, and just on SmackDown is Toni Storm selling the nose here. Well, and I guess I can already see it now. She's doing the fake out because how Ruby's broken her nose twice now in matches.
Right.
Shout out Tay Mello. Nick, I'll do you one better. You have the faction. You have that faction right. You turn Britt Baker face, and her secret partner is the return of Thunder Rosa, her rival. Interesting. That would very much. I could see that working, JV. Actually, that's how you would really solidify Britt as a babyface.
Yeah. I'll file that under Reach.
I could see it. You make the AEW loyalist versus the invasion of WWE female superstars with Toni Storm, Saraya, and fucking
I've been an advocate of that. I think that's what they should have done with the men's division.
Hey! The doctor is in the house.
DMD is here. But yeah, I mean, in the fact of Britt's pissed.
It's Britt instead of it's Sting. Oh, and she's gonna set up Ruby for the Destination Unknown, aka Sister Abigail, for the 3 count. So that's a babyface turn from Britt there. If she came out and fought for the
Britt's been a babyface for a second now. I don't know why we're waiting for a babyface turn. She was 100% the babyface against Saraya. The crowd was behind her. The crowd was cheering for her. Now she's going against Saraya and Toni Storm. She is the babyface.
He's known as the biggest heel in AEW and everything when it comes to female division. So you do need that kind of that long shift. You can't couldn't turn MJF fucking babyface in a promo.
No, but it happened organically. Like it's already happened.
Oh no, I'm not saying we're fully there, but it's just we're seeing more and more evidence there.
Because
be this tweener.
Yeah, they're really trying to push this rivalry with Saraya and Toni, and they've dug in on heel side of things, Nick. And I mean, I'm surprised, but they had no choice.
Fair enough, but Britt, absolutely, she's a fire. How are you doing?
There you go.
So many heel turns. Yeah, so many turns. It's like universe mode. You can't keep up with it.
Right.
As I've got MJF cutting a promo backstage right now. Even saying Danielson inside that squared circle, I think you're really talented.
Do you think MJF just sitting in the corner by a door is a bit of a weird look for
a little bit?
You can't give him a couch. Like, have you guys seen Roman's setup, guys? Hey, Tony.
Right, yeah. Your high rolling world champion looks like he's just pinned up in a hallway corridor by a door.
Yeah.
He should have his own, like you said, like Roman, he should have his own
Yeah.
special locker room. He's got the nice leather, couch and everything. And he's
Yeah, he
got
should have some
a
Burberry
special
couches.
TV, and he's VIP. He's sitting there in a
Yeah.
fucking luxury box.
Yeah, or at least something like that. Like what? Again, just nitpicky thing, but that's your world champion sitting in the corner. Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Oh, I like that. But it's still one of those of, like I said, it's the subtle things that us, I guess, doing what we do, of you pay attention to, of like this, it could just be so much better. Of like, that's the thing of when we get critical of AW, it's not we don't like AW or anything. It's boo earns instead of boo. It's more of just, you could do it, just tweak these little things, it'd be fucking way better.
Yeah, and truthfully, Nick, it's been a really good show. And really the only things that have come up are nitpicky things, are like super nerd, uber fan,
visual aspects,
like,
production shit.
Yeah, just little cleanups.
Yeah, it's
like I would have put that match. Sorry.
No, I'm just popping for all of these. Hold the door. Oh no. Willow, open the door. Absolutely. Now it makes me think of all the fucking terrible spots of like Chris Jericho when he was doing the spinal tap of walking through backstage in WCW.
Right.
Forgot where he's going or getting locked out. And then someone off to the side opens the door because they think he's legitimately locked out. That just popped me hard for some reason.
Yeah. If you were Daniel Bryan, you're super mad at MJF. Wouldn't you just run down the hallway and go like, I know where he is, and kick that door in real quick?
Right. Well, that's why it's so blank and generic. If you don't know which fucking hall corridor he's in, whether he's in section A, B, C, D, he could be on the 5th floor, the 7th floor. We don't know. Roll the clip.
How do you feel about this promo?
Oh, wait, hold on. We're getting okay. We're getting Timothy Thatcher now versus Bryan Danielson. Shut up and take my money. Folks, I know we're here live all the time and everything, but for a fucking fact where I will be here on Wednesday night of watching Timothy Thatcher versus Bryan Danielson, especially after Danielson's got a bum shoulder and everything. We're going to keep working that and all the way through. Absolutely. Technician versus technician, a guy that I thought was underutilized in NXT and in WWE. Timothy Thatcher.
Yeah, I feel like Timothy Thatcher never found a groove with NXT. Even work with Ciampa, it never felt right. Like, I don't know, there was just something missing. Then he gets released. I mean, two absolute technicians. Hey, look who's finally back.
Well, I was about to say, so on Rampage, we're getting Hangman versus Yuta. We're getting Hobbs in action, and we're getting Jamie Hayter versus Emi Sakura.
Yeah, but Hobbs is back.
Jamie Hayter. Larry saying, I said this last week, Thatcher and AW. I'd still shut up and take my money. I'm here for it. I was hoping Hunter, start getting him on the phone.
Yeah. Of all the women you have kicking around, Dark, AEW in general, how is this your booking? How is why I do not give a fuck about Jamie Hayter fighting, Lady Mercury?
Well, you got to have her go through some people. Granted, I know you could find some better competitors for her to go through. But I think it's saying that she's going to have a long tag team title reign. And next week on Dynamite, we're getting Darby Allin versus Samoa Joe in a no-holds-barred match for the TNT Championship. We're getting Moxley versus Hangman. We're getting Danielson
and Darbs
versus Timothy Thatcher. And up next, we have Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal.
So next week, Darby and Joe, no holds barred. Is that lazy booking, or is it just like let him go?
Let him go. You can have that.
You can have that one. I agree with you on that for sure. Oh my God, I can't wait for this. Dynamite stacked again next week, dude. Dynamite,
like I said, they're winning out as we're getting Jay Lethal coming out right now. So strap on and strap in, folks, because it's time. It's about to get emotional as both Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt come out with Jay Briscoe shirts on
and
that they're selling that 100% of the proceeds go
the
to
hug already.
the
Shit,
family.
bro. Jay Lethal, clearly emotional already. They have put Ian Riccaboni on commentary. So, yeah, we're getting that Ring of Honor vibe. Yeah, Jay
Oh, and
Lethal getting in the ring,
commercial.
folks.
They give us a commercial to fucking collect ourselves here real quick.
No, I like this. I like the fact that you're going to come out of this commercial. You're going to have everybody kind of settled down, and it's that moment, right? It's that hiccup. I appreciate what they're doing here. They're highlighting Jay. He's not Mark. He's not coming out as part of a segment. We're going to come out of commercial, and the spotlight is his. And dude, I can't wait to see how this plays out. It's one of those moments they're gonna, where us as wrestling fans we go, this is why we love wrestling because it's bigger than that, right? Like,
Right.
what it
Yeah.
all
I
means.
apologize if I'm a wee bit loud with the TV or anything pulled up or what have you. But absolutely, this is you do not want to miss this moment.
Now, maybe not one last time, but I will remind everybody if you are tuning in right now, we are here all week long. Tomorrow's our Rumble prediction show. Plus, we're going to do a bonus show that will air after Rumble tomorrow night. So, we're going to double up on some content, have a little fun with the Rumble, see what you guys think about it. And of course, Friday, doubleheader Friday, SmackDown and Rampage. And then, of course, Saturday night, we have the Rumble. We will be here at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to play some games. You can win some swag. We're going to go through predictions. We're going to see who wins. We're going to see who returns. We're going to see who comes back. And folks, we appreciate everybody even spending a second here on the channel. But just again to remind everybody, in case you were curious, we are the alternative commentary to all the wrestling.
Why?
We will be here all week long.
Why?
Don't miss the Rumble.
Why?
Like,
why?
Share,
why?
And subscribe.
Why?
Thank you.
Why? 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 Why?
Cool. Quack.
Hey. See, they're tapping in to your fucking Canadian dialect there.
Qu'est-ce que fuck?
Casca, fuck off.
Man, everything I read, what happened, it reminds me of Magnum TA. Yeah, very similar circumstances, JV. And I mean, we've gone down. Wrestling's been a tragic industry for a long time. So,
normally, unless it's due to personal habits or just honestly old age, what have you, you normally don't see someone, especially more in our age bracket, that passes away.
Absolutely.
For professional wrestling. So for that to happen, it's never because of a good reason.
And you know what this one felt like to me a little bit, and if I stop talking, we came back from commercial, but it made me feel like the Eddie Guerrero passing, as in he had everything was going so well, and the people had talked about him, turning a corner and being in a better place, and then poof, it was over. And you're like, fuck.
Right.
They were one of those ones that kick you in the mouth.
They were just reaching that peak upon peaks upon peaks of they were already here. But so we're back from commercial. So I'm reach for the sky.
Listen to this pop. Dude. And he comes out swinging. Not sulking, coming out like Mark, man. Yeah. Mark just riding that adrenaline. Love it. Look. He wants that pop. He wants that crowd. He doesn't want, chins up. Take it in, my guy. And he's got both tag titles in hand. Whew. Oh.
I just want to hear the introduction.
Bobby Cruz is emotional.
How can you not be? Like,
I love that they brought in Ian and Bobby.
It's for Delaware.
You know what? Jay Lethal's making a career of these big matches, these big emotional matches. Probably, Jay. I heard that was true.
He's a co-holder of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. I'll put my glasses on because I want to be able to actually see this shit. Through fucking misty eyes. But just, holy fuck, if that doesn't pull at your fucking heartstrings. I'm sorry right. You don't have a soul.
Listen. If you are watching right now, just listen to the handshake, showing the honor. Jay is doing everything he can to hold it together. But the crowd, man, listen to the noise.
Literally, from the second these men lock up, this is awesome. Thank you. Are we getting a thank you, Toni chant? I hope it's not.
No, thank you,
Jamin. Fair enough. That's what I was hoping for. As they've even got reach for the sky, and they are shouting out the T-shirt. I want to see if I can find that real quick, and drop that link of 100% of proceeds from the sale of that shirt go to the Briscoe, the Pugh family. So
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely chills. Victor's got some tears. Man, it's hard not to feel this. And
y'all saw me fucking. I don't know. I didn't know whether to stop the camera or just let it go.
Let it go, bro. We're all family. I mean, one of the most.
The crowd's deafening with Briscoe chants.
Yeah, the Code of Honor, and they're chanting Briscoe. Yeah, Paul Turner, they're talking about now as well. The ref, who also, they rubbed everybody, dude. They were around for 20 years or 38 years old. It's insane.
They were doing, we talk about the Hardy Boys and everything like that. That, started off super young and working dark matches and this, that, and the third and everything just to get in the ring and get on there.
Mm-hmm. Exchanging chops, Nick.
That's 100% what the Briscoes were, of their just self-trained, professional wrestlers that got in the ring when they were 16 and all that. And been doing this for 22 plus years, 13-time tag champions and everything.
Mm-hmm. It's really crazy to look back at some of the old footage and see how young and scrawny they were when they were first on the scene. But look, they put in the work and they figured it out quick, man. And if you're going to tack on Briscoe to your name, you better bring something in that ring. And they didn't leave anything to doubt.
Absolutely.
Nice.
As I just put the link in the chat, that should hopefully work for the Jay Briscoe tribute shirt. That 100% of the proceeds go to the Pugh family, as Mark's setting Jay up for a neck breaker. And imagine being Mark right now in this match. Of literally, you're doing 100%, like Rick and Bonnie was just mentioning, of you're doing what your family love to do, and that's 100% of across the board. They were 100%, and I think it was Dax earlier, and I hate to take his quote and everything a bit, but he talked about how every step that Jay Briscoe took was for his wife, his family, and everything. Yeah. Every breath that man took was for his wife and his family. Mm-hmm. That they were so 100% about their family. It wasn't. This wasn't just pro wrestling stick. This wasn't that's the character I play of. No, that's Jamin Pugh. That's Jason. That's Jay Briscoe. One and the same.
Take it from Victor, folks. Let's light up the chat. We got about 40 people hanging around right now. Just throw Jay's into that chat. Let's get a nice Run. Everybody show some love for Jay right now. Don't
I'm gonna
wait.
need a Jay to deal with this emotional shit.
If
What?
yeah, no kidding. Yeah, if you're watching right now, share some love. Let's go.
Right? What?
I agree with Jay here, man. Like this is gonna kind of be the benchmark for about 10 months
Absolutely. As we get a
or
tope
11.
from Jay Lethal onto Mark on the outside as we're in picture right now, folks.
Whew. I didn't get picture in picture. I got full screen still.
Well, fuck you.
Reminds me of Owen Hart Memorial. There's another one. Like, I mean, that goes down. Owen's got to be one of the most heart wrenching, oh my God, moments in wrestling history. And again, out of like just so sudden. And I think in those moments, what it always becomes, Nick, is what could have been, right? Like the untapped potential.
But that's the same thing with this, with Owen,
Yeah.
with this, with Brody,
Yep.
with this, with Jay.
Yep.
It's literally just, and that's why it's constantly the message is tell someone you love them today, because you don't know when you're gonna fucking get a chance to, because it's blink of the moment shit of literally happen to be driving his daughters to cheerleading practice, and somebody crosses the lane, crosses the median, and that's it. You get with somebody like with Owen, like that whole situation of literally safety measures weren't as safe as they should have been, and a tragic event happened. With Brody Lee of it's just some shit just creeps up on you and shit like that. So it's
Yeah, man, for sure.
100% of you don't know when's the last time you're going to see somebody. So appreciate every time that you see somebody.
No, absolutely. And right now, both these men are going at it. The crowd's appreciating it. Jay Lethal is in control. But yeah, like Nick said, guys, and we've said it a couple times throughout the last week or so, because it reminds you real quick how fragile life can be. So wake up tomorrow, make tomorrow a fun day, make it a good day, do something that puts a smile on your face. Because, man, if this is gonna be my last day, I'd hate for it to be a sad one.
It's something that I even especially say to myself, and I even say to my wife, to where my wife was even say it back to me.
Oh,
If you're having a kind of a shitty day or anything like that, that I've kind of picked up of, it's a great day to have a great day.
the crowd is electric. Mark is up. Oh wow, good shout, C Mike.
Oh, running splash from Mark onto Jay in the corner. Big chop, big
Splash.
uppercut there.
Oh, oh, okay.
Oh, 1, 2 count.
I love it. Amen, Mark. Amen.
I didn't know. Wait, it's not, huh?
Right? No, but it really is, man.
I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Wrestling's never been the F word or anything like that. I'm not gonna go the full. It's still real to me, damn it. But no,
Listen, I appreciate art. I appreciate art, period, Nick. And I mean to interrupt you there, but whether it's on a stage, whether it's in a book, whether it's on a radio, I appreciate art in every form. And when these guys and girls are on the ball, it's art, and you buy in and you believe. And the most authentic ones make you feel. So, yeah, it's more than just play and pretend.
It's the same as watching fucking superhero. It's violent art. It's physical entertainment, however you want to fucking view it. But it's a fucking family. It's a fucking community. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yeah. No, absolutely, man.
Lethal injection. Mark ever so slowly rolling out. And again, I know that's been happening a lot lately. I like that we're getting that happening again of just you rolled it outside of fine, fuck you got to drag my body in there to pin me. It's a smart move, and it's just little nuance shit that most guys don't do.
Yeah, Mark, I would completely agree. I completely agree with that. That Jay Lethal has flown under the radar and had an amazing wrestling career. And again, he's another one of those beloved guys. He's had a lot of moments like this. One of the most emotional wrestling matches of recent memory, Nick, was him and Grisham at Final Battle, where they tore it down, and everyone was so emotional about the idea of Ring of Honor going away. What a night, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, this is one of the this is, I believe, the only time that the Briscoes have ever been outright mentioned on national television. So, and they still have that much of an outpour and
Mhm.
outcry for support for them and respect for them and tribute to them.
Yeah, that's a very,
So
very good point.
that's just a testament to
Oh,
what they did. They weren't somebody that was, out there on USA Network every week, or, a super,
oh,
from the ground up with AEW as a diving blockbuster from Mark into the corner or off the ring apron. Jay will be laid to
thank you,
rest
Victor.
this Sunday in Laurel, Delaware, beginning at 12 p.m. Eastern. Fair enough. Yeah. Mark going up top.
Oh my God.
Elbow drop through the table. Holy shit.
What a fucking elbow.
He put, as the crowd's right there with me, holy shit, of that man put anything and everything of all that was missing with that is I believe I can fly.
Right? Then you can slow that down. Just right?
Right.
No, I mean, outstanding. And Mark's here to put on a clinic, and he's there to show everybody, who the Briscoes are and were, Nick. And he is smashing it out of the park on what's got to be, definitely challenging times.
Oh, absolutely. And the crowd still 100% is chanting,
Mm-hmm.
this is awesome.
Those. And by the way, folks, we did not take predictions on this match. It doesn't matter. We all pretty know the foregone conclusion on this
I
one.
was going to say, if you
So we
pick
didn't
Jay
even bother.
Lethal, you're
We
an
didn't ask.
asshole.
Yeah,
You
we didn't
are
ask.
an asshole. You are an asshole.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
reverse.
Yeah, still, I'm telling
He's
you,
going to win. I told you
when he
that's going to
hits
get
that
me.
move, it's going to fucking break everybody.
That's where yeah. And you know what's coming.
He's
Huge.
it keeps looking like he's about to. Big ass clothesline.
Locks him. Oh, oh, they're making you work. This is where Jay Lethal is unreal. Like you know what everybody
Big
wants.
Driller!
Ah!
And they
What a
announced
match.
that the Briscoes win the match. Fuck yes. Like, fuck.
Would have counted to 5. He hit the J Driller, which I knew. All right, the perfect crescendo to all of this.
Right. We don't keep it together now. We don't keep it together.
Congratulations to Mark Briscoe. And now he's talking to the camera.
Thank you, baby. Love you, man. And now the entire locker room out there. And again, like I said, they announced the Briscoes won. Mark Briscoe didn't win that match.
Briscoe's
The
won.
Briscoes won that match.
Not a dry eye in the room right now. Listen, guys, and something else we're gonna skip tonight. The show is a 10 out of 10. Period.
Right.
We don't need to
We
talk
can
about
have
it.
that. I don't know how we follow this up, how we keep going on or anything like that. I think when the show
We
goes
do
off,
what we
we
do.
go off. It's a 10 out of 10. If
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
a
like
10.
that, you can have that. Not even what I'm mad at. Like, I'm out here with the paper towels because I knew it was going to be the fucking waterworks show.
And they're just giving Mark the spotlight.
Reach for the sky.
Jay giving
Boy,
Jay a hug.
And that's the best line right there. Jay Briscoe had an
Man,
influence
man.
on what you love about professional wrestling.
Absolutely. Undeniable. And you
That's
look
how
at
we do.
you look at the bangers they had with even, and you know what? Everyone talked about the Bucks and what they meant to wrestling, but do we know the Bucks as well if they didn't have the matches, you know, with guys like the Briscoes? You need it across the board.
And
You
the
know,
first
we
person
talk
who
about
has is
Sami
Chris
Zayn.
Daniels.
Yeah, we talk about El Generico and Steven King.
Kevin Steen.
Kevin Steen. I got that beautifully backwards. Sorry, my tongue's a little. But yeah, now they're all giving Mark a hug.
And it was reach for the sky as Mark Briscoe's there, throwing up both titles. And like I said, our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. Fucking 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10,
If you don't
folks.
like it, go fuck yourself, honestly. Reach for the sky, boy. I don't know what else to fucking say.
No, that transcends wrestling, folks. The night unto itself was a solid night. Kudos to all the athletes that showed up, put in the work, put in the effort, made it count. But the night was all about Jay at the end of the day. And Mark, what do you say? Mark, I mean, again, I don't know if I could do what Mark did tonight as far as getting in that ring and performing. I mean, and not just walking through something. He performed tonight. They gave him the spotlight. Kudos to Tony Khan. Kudos to Warner Brothers for waking the fuck up. Better late than never, I suppose. But other than that, Jay deserves some type of acknowledgement. We still have the Ring of Honor show that we're going to get at some point as well, Nick. The show's a 10 out of 10, folks. And yeah, that's a big shout out to the entire family. The gentleman that was in the chat earlier that said he was from the same hometown, but to everybody, thoughts and prayers. Take care. Be happy and find whatever makes your heart jump, whatever makes you feel like summer all day long, whatever makes you smile, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel good at the end of the day. Find it. And dude, that's it. 10s across the board.
Normally we go on quite a bit longer and everything. We've got, you know, power slap and all of that we could talk about and make fun of and all of that. But this one, it just doesn't feel right. All of that that was I feel like as best of a send off as we could have gotten for Jay and everything, and I'm grateful that we got it. And 100% of at the end of the day, just tell somebody that you love them and reach for the sky, boy.
That's it, folks. We'll see you on the flip side. Have a good night.